Hello. We'll zoom into this tweet that I've put up, because I've just put a live tweet up because I never live tweet usually. It's a rare occasion now when I send out a live tweet, but got a tweet today. Give it a retweet, comment, let folks know that because a lot of people don't know that this is my last stream. Twitter has a habit of burying my tweets from the world, and a lot of folks, even in the community, don't know. As we can see today, people are coming in shocked. I announced it on my birthday last month that I would be leaving the platform. There's a video on my pinned tweet, so if you want to see it, it's on my pinned tweet, but it is also here too. I popped it in for Cerberus when Cerberus asked. So if you're coming in and you're like, what's going on? Why are you leaving Twitch? That is the video to watch, everybody. Give it a like on YouTube. That would really help a lot. YouTube is now going to be my primary platform for visibility. So all the likes, comments on my videos will go a long way, I'm hoping. Better than Twitch has been, to me at least. I'm sure nothing could be worse than that. So I'm sure it's going to be somewhat better. And Legendary said, hi Kay, how you doing? Hi Azriel. I'm saying hi to everyone I can see coming in, even though I'm catching up with all the comments still. I'm slow, I ramble too much, so it takes me forever to catch up with chat sometimes. Cerberus says, I seem to remember Twitch actually having a game development category before merging it with other categories in science technology. It did. I think I missed those days because I think they already removed it by the time I started streaming under game dev. I hadn't started Raindrop Chronicles at that point in time. I started once science and technology was there, and it treated me quite well at first, not gonna lie. It was actually pretty good. You know, I met you guys, a lot of you guys from that Twitch directory. We're getting about a dozen follows every stream, which is pretty good for a streamer of my size. It was super good, it was super promising, but then all of a sudden, like 2019 and very, very early 2020, things were very good. But then all of a sudden, at some point in 2020, probably around the time COVID happened or just after, things just really stopped and lessened quite considerably. I was still getting a few follows now and again, but way less than before. And now it's like down to 0 followers a stream. The last 6 to 12 months, it's been like 0 followers every stream. I mean, the only time I have got followers is when when someone's like raided me or something, and a few people have found me that way. But there's not been organic follows on Twitch for me anymore. And whether that's because science and technology is now terrible, maybe that's the case, because once upon a time I used to be quite high in the science and technology directory. I'd be on like the second row, sometimes on the first if it was a good stream and I had a raid or something. But now I'm like probably not even in the top 10 rows. It's like there's a lot of 24/7 animal cams now and weed growers and stuff like that, and it's probably because it's too generic in there now and everybody's going in it, so everybody's getting buried. Game devs desperately need this category, but Twitch don't care. It's pretty clear they don't really care, so it's not helping me anymore, so I'm off to try different things that are going to help the project and getting it out there, getting word out there, but also for me as well and my own productivity, because Twitch is a time sink. For a solo developer like me, you wouldn't believe how much time goes into streaming, getting ready for streams, mentally preparing for those streams, sleeping when the streams are finished, because I'm an introvert and it's tiring to talk for hours, and also uploading the VODs to YouTube consistently. I've uploaded all my 200 and something streams that I've done for Raindrop Chronicles, and that as well is time consuming too. So it's going to take away such a big chunk now. I'm going to have so much more spare time free, and I think that's going to help with my productivity and focusing on what really matters with the project. So that's going to help a lot too. Now let me catch up with you guys. And whoa, last ever stream, yes Nate, if you're curious or anyone else coming in is wondering, we got the leaving Twitch command. Today we're going to talk about how to keep in touch with me, folks, and I'm also going to be revealing something, so stick around so you don't miss the reveal. And after that, she's moving to pre-recorded YouTube videos. Yes, that is definitely going to be one way of keeping in touch, that's for sure, with me in the game, which we'll talk about shortly as well. Get ready for breakfast, but saying hi as promised. Any plans for the night? Weekend chilling. I'm not going to lie, Rod, and chat and everyone else, this is I feel almost like a weight's coming off my shoulder, putting the Twitch streams up to the side now and sort of retiring from that side of things, because I know it's just going to, like I said earlier, it's going to give me more energy and free up my time, because I'm very passionate about this game, and I do work on it a lot. But even though I work on it a lot, sometimes I feel like progress is still quite slow, and I feel that's because it's with all the commitments, including Twitch, it can make it slow. But it's just going to be exciting to see more progression, and I'm not going to like do crunch and go crazy or set myself rigid deadlines yet. I think I'm going to lay off the deadlines for a bit, but you could probably expect to see stuff, you know, coming at a more reasonable speed now in regards to the game. I'm doing monthly YouTube vlogs now, so you know you can expect progression with each of those videos each time we do them. That's the plan. And I'm still looking to get a playable demo out, but before the end of the year. It's been pushed back, the deadline for that. It was originally going to be earlier in the year I was going to release that playable build, but moving house, getting preoccupied with stuff involving the house life and all that, and game dev, and the fact that sometimes it takes longer than you think, all those things have slowed down the release of playable build. But I'm excited, and YouTube vlogs and other things will sort of tell you guys how things are progressing in regards to that. I'll probably be releasing the first one next month, so that'll be fun. I need to like figure out what the best video editing software is actually, because I currently use Adobe Premiere Pro. It hogs the CPU, that thing does. It's all right, but it hogs CPU, and I'm wondering if there's a more lightweight solution for video editing. If anyone's got any recommendations, feel free to tell me, because it'd be wonderful if I could find a really good video editing program for my YouTube videos. And the best stream sounds promising. There have been many good ones. Yeah, that I was thinking that when I said this is going to be the best stream, so it's a good job you've turned up to this one. I was thinking, hang on, all my streams are good. What am I talking about? Hey Rose, how you doing? Azra, how you doing? Kay, I'm here for the Twitch ban mouthing. Kay says, do you agree with me, Kay, that Twitch need to get their act together? They don't listen to the users, and I think that's the biggest problem, especially when a company gets big for their boots and rich. They start to really not care about the users anymore. If Mixer still existed and other competition, maybe it'd be a different story and they'd soon be listening, because they'd want to make sure we weren't going to just leave and go to one of those other platforms. But because they're the only one available at the moment, it's easy for them to just be lazy. So yeah, I've just lost a lot of respect for the platform and the way it's run. I'm very grateful for the platform for making me meet you guys. I've met my significant other on this platform. I've met some of my best friends, like UK and Canon and other folks, so I wouldn't change that side of things for the world. But in regards to everything else, yeah. But have to find another stream to chat in now. Well, yeah, that'd be awesome. Maybe Rex's stream. But yeah, I'm not going anywhere. You've got my Discord to chat in as well, folks. So that's going to be our primary hangout place and collaboration place from now on. So I'm going to get a Google Doc up now, everybody, because I want to write down how you can keep in touch with me, and because there's a few ways, and I want to make sure that everybody coming in today knows, because once this stream is over, that's it, you know. I mean, it'll be the last time. Look at this blank white thing. Until Sunday, take care, Rod. Take care, have an awesome day. Happy last stream, just jumping on to say that I'm on my break. Gotta get back to work. Hi, Holder. Hope work goes well. Thanks for coming in, even though you're at work. I appreciate that. It's good to see you. I was staring at the starting soon screen the whole time. That's not fair. It was still on the starting soon screen for you. I'm confused. What's happening? My face is showing, isn't it? Oh my god, it does. Check out Filmora, or maybe Move, I can't say that, or Final Cut. Awesome. Is that the one you use, Rex? I'll check out all those recommendations, Rex's and Rod's, and see which one fits for me most. But only doing this time though. He's the nighttime one for us Europeans. So it's a late one. Did I get an alert then appear? I think I saw an alert. Thank you very much for the alert. I never quite catch it nowadays. Alright, so right, so just checking back stream, making sure I've not missed any of your chat, folks. I think I'm all good. I think I've caught up with you all. Alright, so let's make this text bigger. Okay. This is easier to read, so I'll keep this text. This stream's just going to be a chatty stream, everyone. We're just going to hang out, questions and answers if necessary, if anyone wants to ask anything. And I'm going to just ramble about the stuff I'm going to be doing from now on, and how, if anyone's coming in stream and wondering how to keep in touch, this list that I'm going to write up will say all that. And obviously we've got the reveal as well. That could happen at any time during the stream when I do this reveal. I'm waiting for a particular moment, so be patient there and we'll get to it. But I have some thank you for the retweets and everything, folks. I appreciate that. Also, I now have a Patreon as well. Oh my goodness. So I will be talking about that in a sec as well, because that's going to be important. Oh my goodness, hi guys, Richard and Vagabond Dog is coming. Last ever stream, Twitch stream, your limit. I am Vagabond, oh my goodness. You weren't here when I made the announcement on my birthday, I remember now. I have a command for this, Vagabond. Feel free to watch my YouTube video, because it's got everything in there about what platform I'm going to be on next and how you can follow the game and all that kind of thing. There's a lot to say, so the video is definitely the best thing to watch. But Vagabond, I'll be keeping an eye still on what you're doing. I'm not gonna like be deleting Twitch from my browser and never going on the site again. I'll still be lurking and seeing what my friendos are up to. So you might see me show my face in your stream still, Vagabond. No doubt. I'm not disappearing, don't you worry. So, thank you for the retweets, everyone. A lot of it comes down to summarise for anyone that can't be bothered to watch a video or isn't able to because they're at work or something, or can't watch it for whatever reason. A lot of it comes down to Twitch as a platform being a little disappointing. Also, we've got to give Vagabond his avatar. So we've got 2 Rexes on the screen. Chat, I think it goes like this. Vagabond dog. Avatar, Vagabond dog. Yeah, we did it. I did it first time. Sometimes it takes me a few attempts to get the stream avatars working, but it's working. There's your character, Vagabond. He looks like a beggar, doesn't he? With a glorious mane of hair and bushy beard. Right, so the title brought me here in a hurry. Hi, Richard, as well. All right, folks. I'm so happy that you've shown up because I would never have wanted people to have not known that I was going, which is why when I announced it last month, I still carried on for a few streams because I didn't just want to disappear off the face of the earth straight away after I announced it. So I'm going to spam the command to get for the video. Because really the video is the best thing to watch most of all, and it sums up everything and talks about what's next in the most concise way. So yes, and just finished watching the YouTube. Oh, already? Yeah, it's not too long, is it? I hear about dropping viewership. It's something I predicted and have braced for as COVID ends. Yeah, that ultimately is the main thing, you know, the lack of visibility that Twitch is sort of offering creators lately. Maybe it's different for others. I've seen some friends or fellow content creators do quite well in the last year or so on Twitch and get a bit of visibility, but overall it's quite bad for everyone. It feels like the exception when someone does reasonably well now, and for game developers especially, it's especially poor. The last 6 months for me has been very bad. I've had no new viewers in the stream, just regulars in the community, which is wonderful because it's been great for the game to have those sort of collaboration and sort of talk about the game together. But it's not helping in regards to getting community growth or extra visibility for the game. So I feel like my time is almost wasted and isn't sort of going to something useful. Because ultimately what I care about most is getting word of Raindrop Chronicles out to the world, to folks, and a lot of that's going to happen, the majority of that's going to happen when there's something playable out, for sure, 100%. But for something playable to be out, I need the time and productivity and focus to get to that point, because otherwise we're going to be in limbo where I'm streaming all the time, my energy's going to streams, and I'm too tired to get focused on game dev properly. So for that freeing up of time, the weight off my shoulders is enormous because all work can fully go into the game now, and I'm excited. It's going to be more relaxing to just sort of sit in my PJs in the dark and not be on cam and just focus on the game. And with the collaboration side of things is so important. That's been the ultimate thing that has worked out best for the project, I feel, us coming up with ideas, particularly story ideas together and world building ideas, which is ultimately why this is something that I want to carry on in the Discord quite frequently. Obviously, I wouldn't want it happening 24/7 because that would take all my time and then I wouldn't be doing the game dev. But it'd be great now and again to have like regular conversation in there. Whenever there's a post or a question someone's asked in one of the channels, and sort of come up with ideas in there. And yeah, so I probably will be doing live streams over on YouTube as well, but just far less often, like way less often, once a season or something, and it would be a special event. I'd hype it up, I'd make a little visual graphic, tweet it or something, and sort of say I'll be live streaming on YouTube on September the 28th or whatever, and then that date would be set and it'd be an event. So that'll be a fun thing, because in a way I wouldn't want to give up live streaming completely, because I think it's valuable to a certain extent to have that question and answer and community chat time, but it's just way too often at the moment that it's sort of hogging up all the time, and especially when you're not seeing the rewards from it either. If there was like loads of visibility from it, maybe it would be different, but that obviously isn't the case. So you have to do the smartest thing, works out best for the game. Let's catch up with chat. We had a huge spike during COVID with peak viewerships on Twitch, but it's definitely going down as people are allowed to go outside, lol. Yeah, it's gone down a little for me as time's gone on. When I first started streaming Raindrop Chronicles development at the end of 2019, when the project was a baby and like nothing had been done, I was getting quite a lot of viewers back then. Early 2020 it was quite good, decent, but then slowly as 2020 went on, and now we've gone into 2021, it's got very poor. So and Twitch aren't listening to the game dev community and adding a game dev category either, which is very disappointing, because I think that could help. Maybe it wouldn't make miracles happen, but I think it would definitely help having people be able to find game devs easier. It shouldn't let people go outside. Yeah, I agree there. I hear you, streaming to nobody isn't motivational, but I don't really care when it happens because I'm still getting my work done, whether there's an audience or not. Yeah, in a way, I'm a little jealous of you, Vagabond, there, because something I've always struggled with is multitasking. Either I can only either do my work or talk to my chat. I can't do both at the same time. And that is kind of a struggle, because then I'd realise that all those hours of stream, it's just been pure chatting and no work's being done. And like I say, that can pay off in regards to the collaboration and coming up with ideas. Like some of the ideas you guys and the community have had has been so good, and it's going to make Raindrop Chronicles so fun. So in that way, it's really helped the game and the story and that sort of lore and all of that. But it hasn't helped with the productivity of the game dev. So everybody's different, and I'm definitely a bit jelly of you game devs that can do the work and stream at the same time. I'm one of these people that have to sort of like have camera off, not talk to anyone, and just stare on my monitor and to focus properly, and that would be terrible as a Twitch stream. Well, for me anyway, because I've always been very interactive. Bye for everybody, enjoyed every stream today. Hi Sortra, how you doing? It's good to see you. Hi Joe, really liked having your voice in the background when I catch you streaming. Wish you best of luck with the project, and we'll keep following its progress on board. Oh, thank you so much, that's lovely to hear. And hi Jeray and Brief Insanity, how you doing? So good to see all you guys coming in. I'm going to make sure to give you guys the command. That video is the best thing to watch. It's 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes long. and it'll tell you everything. The reason I'm leaving, how to keep in touch, and I'm going to put leaving Twitch command. I was going to write a Google Doc with the way to keep in touch, but I'm just going to do that now. But I might add more in a bit. So that'll talk about everything, where I'm going to be, the platforms I'm going to be on. Sub to the YouTube, because that's like going to be the place where all the vlogs get posted every month. I'm going to be quite keen on having monthly, once a month vlogs. I think that's a good balance. Every week could be too often, because editing videos is a very time consuming thing to do, and so I'm going to have it as a monthly thing, and by the time, there'll be quite a bit to talk about each month, I think, whereas each week there's probably not going to be that as much to talk about that's been done. And done with my meeting. Hi Van, welcome. I've been waiting for you actually before we did the reveal, so I wanted to hang on, so that'll be coming soon. In fact, we're having a reveal in a minute. I wanted to do a send-off stream with something cool to show you all, to make it extra special. So you hold on a sec, chat, and you'll get to see something really cool to do with Raindrop Chronicles to show off very shortly. Can't wait for my kids to play Raindrop. Yeah, your grandkids, you mean. Sometimes I think I'm going to be an old lady by the time this is all done and over with, but honestly, that doesn't freak me out. I sort of have the mindset of this being a very long-term life goal for me, and I'm all about quality and pure like quality over a rush job. I'd rather have a masterpiece that took me a long time to do, that's going to be remembered for generations, than something that is very average and mediocre that I rushed, that nobody ever cares about. So yeah, if you give me the choice, I'd definitely pick the first. Figured I would say words for the first time. And yes, I know it's been a while, hasn't it, Jeray? It's been a while, folks. Lovely to see you all come in. Now, I figured the title I've got would attract a bit of attention. I did it on purpose. But folks, another place to be is the Discord. That's still my old Discord link when it was called the Rain Army. I've changed it to Raindrop Chronicles now, so we can be more in brand with the game. But Discord is going to be the hub, the community hub. This is our home now. Because giving up the Twitch streams, most of all, what we're going to no longer have, that we're going to miss most of all, is going to be the chats. And that's going to carry on here. It's obviously the feel of it's going to be very different, because it's not like live streaming anymore. But to some degree, we can still carry on the collaboration and talk about things to do with the game. I've got a bunch of chat channels in here I've split up world building, characters and story. I've got a bunch of chat channels where we discuss each little particular thing, and there's a read-only channel above it where there will be important, key, summarised information that like leads to the lore Bible and stuff. So if you're interested in the collaboration of the game side of things, then definitely hop in there. We have a general chat as well where you can post photos, pets, your own creative work. So I recommend hanging out with us in there. We have polls for the game in here too that will be regularly put up. Also, we recently put up roles in Discord. Please give yourself some roles. It's going to make your profile look a lot less boring. So tell us if you're a superfan, follower or newbie of the game, who your favourite Raindrop Chronicles character is, what sort of area of development you're most interested in. And some of these are for fun really, but I'll also specifically tag different roles if relevant. Like say if we're working on game design, I'll probably tag game design nerds. If we're doing something that's specific to Meryl's story arc, I'll tag Meryl fans, for example. So it's gonna kind of help, but it also looks quite pretty. And you'll also be higher up on the user list as well here if you like pick yourself as one of these. So give yourself some roles, that'll be great. I want to see you fill up these sections, everybody, that'll be fab. Hi Moo, how you doing? Welcome. So I'm gonna write a list here. So 1, Discord. What's the link of the Discord now? I want to get my right link. Let me find it. It should be here. Here, Discord roles. I found a new link shortener for Discord, which is pretty handy. So this is the link shortener. Paste without format. Oh no, it does this weird thing Google Docs does now. There we go. Which is dsc.dg/raindrop RPG, but it's also in the command as well, folks. It's just the old one. So this is where the community will be hanging out from now on and collaborating. Together with world building, character and story ideas. So yes, Discord, 100% Discord join, because if you're not in the Discord, you're gonna miss out on a lot. You're not gonna have any sort of involvement actively in the game story side of things. And thanks for joining, everyone. Obviously there's other ways to keep in touch with the game development, like the YouTube vlogs and the Patreon. I'm going to post blogs on there. We're going to talk about Patreon in a minute. But in regards to all the ideas sharing side of things, Discord is the place, and that's for free. You don't have to you don't have to be a Patreon to get involved in that side of thing, because I wanted to have that open for everyone, because some people that don't sort of contribute financially have fantastic ideas and are great writers, so I wouldn't want to miss out on that feedback from you guys and those awesome ideas. So you can just read the Lore Bible, get nerdy with the story and what it's all about, and sort of get involved. That'd be great. The Lore Bible's still in its very early days. This is the Lore Bible, everyone. But we're sort of slowly filling it out gradually now. I just this week have made a places section of the Lore Bible where I'm talking about each of the countries in the world. So I made a little map. I've started making maps, getting some reference images of what they're sort of going to look like. Talked a bit about the climate and history and present day of these countries, and all this information in the articles in the Lore Bible. It's all stuff that's been discussed on streams together as a community over time. I have an archive of notes that I keep when people have said really cool stuff. So I've sort of organised it all and put together the articles from all our information from when we've collaborated together, and that will work the same in Discord. In fact, it's going to be way easier in Discord this side of things, because it's a copy and paste job, and all the text, all the chat you say is there forever. So if I'm like, oh yeah, that's what so and so said, I can just sort of copy and paste it and sort of reword it and then put it in the article. But with Twitch streams, it could get a bit stressful, because I'd have to make sure I copied all the text manually, every single bit of chat that was interesting before the VOD expired and all that, because Twitch VODs don't stay there forever. So in this way, in regards of keeping an archive of all ideas, Discord is way easier than Twitch in that regard, so that'll be really handy. So yeah, Discord, don't forget to join, and I'll catch up with chat before we talk about the next bit. I make too much lore as it is for D&D worlds. Don't tempt me. Yeah, Raindrop Chronicles in a way, although it's a video game, it's definitely got a bit of D&D creativity in it in regards to creating a world. So if you're sort of into D&D, I'm sure you'll enjoy what we do here, because it's really fun building a world and sort of thinking of cultures and different sort of factions and places. It's so much fun. I love it. It gives me life. So yes. And this tool, World Anvil, that I actually do use for the Lore Bible, everyone, this is great for D&D campaigns as well. So if anyone here is a game master for a campaign, I know loads of people use World Anvil for that too, because it's a really sort of, it's almost like a Wikipedia where you can keep information in an organised way on your sort of creative fantasy world. So I actually really recommend this tool. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, maybe one day, but I really genuinely like it, so I'm just sort of telling you all about it in case you don't know about World Anvil. And hi Rose, hope all is well and hope you're looking forward to your new chapter on you. I do. I feel a massive weight off my shoulders, in all honesty, because I feel it's going to be a lot lighter now that the Twitch side of things is removed from my life and I can just focus on all other areas. Have you given any thought about how you're going to attract new viewers on YouTube? Yeah, the only thing that's really going to be a challenge, it's a good thing you mentioned that, Yorkshire, is getting the visibility. I mean, getting visibility anywhere is hard. But all I know is Twitch wasn't giving it me. So by removing Twitch from the equation, I'm not losing out, if you get what I mean, because I wasn't really getting it anyway. The only people hanging out here were the people who already know about the game and are already regular community members. We'd get the odd new person coming from time to time, but it really did feel like once a blue moon nowadays. And I'd say even YouTube at this point in time, even before I've started posting edited videos, is better for visibility than Twitch. I've had like 22 views on my YouTube videos in the last 48 hours, which is nothing like wow, far from it, but it's still something. It's still more than what Twitch has given me. So I'm thinking, you know, when I start actually posting proper actual videos rather than just the VODs that I've been posting so far, you never know. I mean, I'm not expecting miracles, because I think it would be a bit naive to think I'm suddenly going to get loads of videos. I don't think that's going to happen. But even if it's just the odd person that finds me, that's something. And I can just push it further by actively using Twitter and Instagram more, contacting the media, like the press, about the game when there's something newsworthy about it, like when the Steam page comes out, when a playable build comes out and all that kind of thing. I've already made a sort of spreadsheet of contact information of people in the media, journalists, game journalists. So that's another option for visibility if the socials themselves aren't helping, because sometimes socials don't. You feel like you're talking to the void sometimes. So that's going to be another option. I feel like deep down the majority of visibility is going to come when there's something playable, and because we're still in the stage before playable, you know, it's not, people sort of don't notice as much, but once there's something playable, yeah, you never know. We'll see how it goes, won't we? But it can't be any worse than it already is. That's how I'm feeling. For example, are you going to make any tutorials? Are you going to review and play with people's RPG Maker games? Are you going to get a cat? Well, I might be getting a cat. That one might be actually be a thing, funnily enough. We'll have to say, because there's a cat that's a stray in our garden who we sort of got, with me and my family have fallen in love with it, so it might become ours, but we don't know yet because we need to sort of take him to the vets and make sure he's okay and healthy, and that he hasn't been chipped elsewhere. So who knows? So I might actually have a cat. But in regards to things like that, tutorials, other things that take away from the game development, I'm skeptical because ultimately I want to focus on the game stuff without getting sidetracked. But if I genuinely thought something was going to help, I might try it out and see. But I'd be very careful about it and weigh up if it's going to be helpful or not. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Because ultimately I think you can't lose by just working on the game, getting something out there, and then letting people see that, and that'll speak for itself then. It takes time to get that crafted and out there, but just patience is sometimes all it needs. But it's sort of just trying things, experimenting, seeing how things go, and just learning myself about marketing and just seeing what works. It's going to be a trial and error thing. There's a cat in the backyard, yeah. Last Twitch stream I used to listen to you while working, good for my English level practice. Yeah guys, I'm going to give you guys coming in, leaving Twitch command, watch the video, like it, sub on the YouTube if you're not there already, because that is ultimately going to be the place, and which is why I'm going to put YouTube there as the top one now. Why is Google Docs being weird? There we go. Because that is going to be my primary platform for visibility. I've changed the custom URL to Raindrop RPG now. Can we get this on the same line? No, it's deciding to not be our friend. Let's make the text a bit smaller so it'll be on the same line. There we go. So this is going to be my primary platform for visibility, I guess. My blogs are on here. I'm hoping people find me through here from now on. I will be doing live streams on here, not very often, once every season. But you know, any subs on there, any comments on the videos, any likes on there will help with the algorithm. So see how it goes. So we'll just say this is where I'll be posting monthly updates on the game development. Best way to follow progress of the game. Which I know a lot of you care about. Some of you who aren't involved in the actual story side of things, because not everybody does want to get deeply involved in that. Some people just passively sort of pay attention to the game development and want to actually see the game itself and follow that kind of progress. So for folks who are more like interested in seeing it slowly come to life, then I'm sure you'd probably enjoy the monthly video updates. I'll probably try and keep the video short, like less than 20 minutes, between 10 and 20 minutes. It all depends how much there is to talk about. But what I've been posting so far in the YouTube are very 3-hour vlog VODs. There's 260, well there will be 260 once I've posted the last couple of weeks. 260 3-hour streams, so they're very lengthy and nobody's going to sit through and watch all of that. They might click and think what's going on here, but nobody's going to watch the whole thing. So having easily digestible content on there, I'm sure, is going to help a lot. And I've nearly got 400 subs, folks, on here now. So yeah, get me to the 400. So that'd be great, because that'd be a good milestone to reach just as we start the next chapter. So not too bad. It's not a groundbreaking number of subs, but it's not bad at all. Maybe one day I'll hit the 1,000 and achieve the status on YouTube that everybody likes. Let's see how it goes. Yorkshire said, I never saw any cat, needs more cat on cam. Yeah, the cat's very shy. Like, he's had a very rough life out on the streets. We have some theories about what might have happened and why he might be in our garden. But we don't know for sure. It's all guesswork at this point. So we're just trying our best to feed and help him and make sure he's healthy and looked after. I will be posting pictures though in the Pets channel on Discord of him at some point, so keep an eye on there and post your own pets as well, because I like to see cute animals. So yeah, all the fun things. Rose, hi Rav, how you doing? Oh my god, it's took me ages to say hi to you because I'm so slowly catching up. Cats increase viewership by 300% at least. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. They do get a lot of attention, these animals, on social media. I'm sure a lot of streamers get cats for that reason. Indigo Showcase, I mean, it's not big yet, but I'm working on that. Yeah, check out Rav's site, everyone. It's a good site to put your indie games on. Raindrop Chronicles will be going on there very shortly. We're gonna have a reveal in a moment, folks, so get your eyes ready. I've been holding off submitting my game to Indie Game Showcase because I've been wanting this to be shown and revealed to the community first. It's a banner. It's a banner that's going to go on anything that's, you know, the Twitter banner, the Patreon banner. Here's our Patreon at the moment. We've got this huge white space and the banner's going to go here. The banner will also go on the Raindrop RPG because we haven't got one here at the moment. It's going to be used on the Steam page as the main image when that comes out, and it's going to be used as our sort of promo art for the game to grab people's attention, and we have it today ready to show you, so that's going to be exciting. Who's excited to see it? And I've been waiting to get that revealed to you before something, because yeah, we've got nothing to upload yet, no images. So, I mean, we do screenshots of the game, but they're very early base foundation screenshots. So, yes. 10-second vids for the win. I prefer between 30 to 40 minutes. Good morning, Livid Twitch. Sorry to hear that. Hi, Artifacts. I'm going to give the Livid Twitch command to you guys again. Follow me on the YouTube and give it a like, the video. I'll be great. Hi, Ray. How you doing? It's so good to see you. Been really busy lately. Sorry I missed so many streams, but since this is your last, I had to start buying catch it. Hope the next chapter goes significantly better than this one. No worries, Ray. Everybody gets busy. It happens, that's for sure. I hope life's been treating you well. And, you know, I feel like positive about things, like, you know, deep down in you when you have a good feeling about something and you know that it's going to be better. This next chapter is going to be better than this first one. The first one's not been bad at all. I'm very lucky that I've got the community I've got, even though we're still pretty small. There's a lot of passionate, interested people in Raindrop Chronicles, and I feel very lucky to have that, and that exists so early on in the development before there's even anything playable. You know, so that's awesome. It can only get better from this point on. And thank you. You'll be following my Twitter and YouTube. That's awesome, Rav. I keep a devlog on it and on the update page showing all the features and fixes incoming. Site needs a lot of work, but I intend to keep growing it. Yeah, it's awesome that you've got a passion project, Rav, and Raindrop Chronicles will be on there sometime this weekend, and I'm sure we'll get some of the games on there. So gotta bounce, sad to you, Levy. Good luck with everything. Bye. I'll see you around, Vagabond. I'll probably check out what you're up to soon. And, you know, we'll catch up, I'm sure. And, yes. Take care, Vagabond. Hopefully we see you again soon. Hopefully we see you out and about in the community somewhere. Awesome. Yay. All right, so the main things, as you can see, keeping in touch with me to follow, give out my Raindrop Chronicles, YouTube. And Discord is key because that's where we do a collaboration. So make sure you're in buy for those. I'm going to make these URLs bolded so they stand out a bit more. To make it pretty colours. YouTube is red, isn't it? That's the branding for that. Discord is blue. So there we go. There's more though. YouTube and Discord are just two of the platforms that you can keep up with me. There's more. There's a few more actually. So the third one, which the number 3 isn't coming up for some reason, so I'll have to write it myself manually, is Patreon. We'll talk about that in a minute. That was something that I've been wanting to do for a while, but it's never felt like the right time, and because Twitch has been my primary source of revenue, it felt quite redundant to get a Patreon, in all honesty, at that time. But now I am leaving Twitch. I think it's like sort of peachy colour, isn't it? The Patreon sort of branding. I did get a colour picker for it and used it as the Discord role. There we go. That's sort of it. And now I'm sort of leaving Twitch behind. I'm assuming most of you will unsub to me, which is to expect because I won't be on the streams. I will still need some kind of revenue stream because it helps a lot for a developer who is doing the game full time. You know, to be able to have money, we need to live. I'm lucky I still live with my family right now, so it's not too big a worry for me. I don't have bills to pay. But of course, for this project to be sustainable long term without me needing to get another job or support elsewhere and all that, something like Patreon is vital for me. So the address is patreon.com. And hi, Muffin Mansa. I can't remember if I said hi. Oh my goodness, how are you doing, Muffin Mansa? Good to see you. I believe it's patreon.com /Raindrop RPG. Everything's Raindrop RPG. I'm keeping very consistent now with the my URLs. So everything's the same. I think it's common rule that keep your URLs the same so people don't get confused. I've even changed the YouTube customer to Raindrop RPG now instead of Rose Rainblood. And that way everything's Raindrop RPG, even the Twitter and Instagram is that too. Raindrop Chronicles was too long to be a Twitter handle, so that is why I went with that Raindrop RPG. And it tells people it's an RPG game, so it works well, and that's the website as well, raindroprpg.com. So it keeps everything very consistent. So this is Patreon. As you can see, there's a big massive white blank space right now because this is where our banner's gonna go. I'm waiting for the right time to announce. In fact, I want to make sure Vandalee is here before I reveal the banner, for reasons which you'll find out why in a minute. So this is the Patreon, everyone. People have actually already backed me on here, so that's great. I'm very, very honoured by kind people. Before it's only been out a day basically, so that's very kind of you guys to do that. I'm actually going to put this one in chat because I don't have a command for this one. Hi Van, how you doing? Van's here, of course. I will do it very shortly once we finish talking about Patreon. So there's 3 tiers. This is like your normal Twitch sub one, and this actually has the most perks. This one does. I wanted to sort of keep it the same, but the good thing about Patreon compared to Twitch is that I get the bulk of the revenue on this. Twitch take 50-50, which has always been quite disheartening. I think partners and bigger streamers get a better cut, but an affiliate like myself, it's a 50-50 cut. So the £5 you use for sub on Twitch, I only get 50% of that, and Twitch gets the other 50%. But with Patreon, I think it's about around 10%, 90% for the creator, 10% for Patreon, which is just way better. It's like ridiculous how much better it is. I've had 2 of you already be a VIP Patreon for me, which is crazy that like you've been so kind. And that I think would be equivalent, just 1 VIP Patreon, to about 3 or 4 subs on Twitch. And that's fantastic. So if you're already a sub to me on here, or you intend to support the game financially, I recommend actually switching from Twitch to Patreon now that I'll be finishing the Twitch streams, because of the fact that I get more of the revenue share on here, and you'll be getting the perks from this as well that you wouldn't be getting by being a Twitch sub. I'm in the same boat, eloping though, keep it easy on us, been engaged 2 years. Oh, awesome. Raju says everything's going great here. Me and my wife are actually sorting out our wedding. I've always called her my wife since I consider her my wife, but we have been engaged for a while. But we are finally getting married. It's been a bit chaotic sorting out all the last few things. That's so lovely. I love that so much, Radu. And you and Nikki are both characters in the game as well, so that's really cute. And congratulations. You'll let us know how that goes, won't you? I mean, if you ever want to, we do have a Discord channel where you can post photos, so nobody's forced. I know some people don't want it because they like the privacy, which is totally fine, but show your real life stuff off in our Discord if you want, folks, if you ever feel like it. We have a photo section in our Discord, a pet section, and a creative section for those of you that are artists or writers or devs or anything creative at all. So yeah, I've popped those actually above the world building and character channels now, recommended by Yorkshire. Because I agree, when I thought about it, I thought, yeah, we'll have the general channels above. As long as you could still see the Raindrop Chronicles channels, that's all that mattered. So you can, so that's good. And welcome Ice Princess and Mesla to the Discord. I'll be welcoming you with a message very soon. So folks, Discord, this is where we'll be hanging out together. If you want to keep in touch with me, this is a place to be, because I'll be in Discord probably daily. I mean, sometimes I have the weekend off or something for downtime, but I'll be there most of the time in the Discord. So that's where we'll be collaborating and have a general chat in there and catch ups. I don't have my DMs. You can't DM me on Discord, though. I have them turned off, so you can only contact me publicly. If anybody does want to contact me privately, that is one of the Patreon perks, folks. Only the £2 per month one will give you direct messaging access to me if you wish to ask questions and get in touch. I am sort of I remember closing my DMs on Discord because for reasons of not getting overwhelmed with messages and getting all like, no, because there was a period of time when I was getting like dozens of messages every week from randoms, actually. Some people I never even heard the names of, they'd never even been to the streams, and they were sort of asking me to sort of teach them things with their projects, and I was like, well, I'm busy making my own, sorry. And one person actually got really offended and sort of wrote a tweet about me for not being helpful, so I was like, whoa, okay. So that's the sort of trouble you can get in. I mean, I was really polite to them, but oh well. By being a creator online, you can get overwhelming messages. So that is ultimately why I did close my DMs. But Patreon actually forced this upon the creators. There's not actually an option to close your DMs on Patreon. So I thought, oh well, if that's the case, I'll use this as a community perk. And because they're sort of contributing to me, they're not sort of just a complete random. If they're a supporter of me, I'm more willing to sort of want to help or talk to them if they've supported me on Patreon, than if there was just a complete rando in my Discord DMs that I don't even know who they are. So that is one of the benefits there. You'll also get a Patreon role in the Discord, folks, so I'll put the Discord link there. That will put you high up on a user list as well, just above the superfan, which you can assign yourself, folks. Don't forget to assign yourself a role. I think everybody's a newbie by default on the Discord, but if it's like mainly for people who want to be higher and consider themselves a follower or a superfan. So don't forget to assign yourself on the Discord role. It's the top channel just under information. And let me catch up with chat. Hi Sky, how you doing? How you doing? It's good to see you. But yeah, congrats Ram Ray on your awesome waifus. Very happy for you. Mr. Banner has written Mr. Raider is a true law master designed by Vandalee. You're very close, Raider. How you doing, Sky? Last stream, you one of the very first channels I followed on Twitch. Oh, really? That's awesome. I feel very honoured. And thank you, Raider, for doing that command. I super appreciate that. So, obviously, we did have the bot say Raindrop Chronicles is now fundraising, donate to Streamlabs. Now that the streams are finished, I won't be having that fundraiser anymore. I'm going to use Patreon as my primary source of revenue. So anyone that wants to fund the project or help in that regards, this is the place to be, you know. So it will help a lot. So I will add that as the third one is there. Thank you so much, Rose, you're welcome. Alright, so I think now's the time to show this reveal, don't you? I was waiting for Van to say something in chat before it was ready. It's a banner. Vandalee actually did the digital art for this banner. I'm very, very lucky to have someone so artistic in the community. I remember we had a stream quite a while back now when I was talking about really wanting some eye-catching art to use as promo art, to have in banners, the Steam page, social medias. So something that would make people go, oh, what's this? What's this game? Like something HD that isn't the Pixar, something that's actually a full-on digital piece that's related to Raindrop Chronicles. So I was going to commission someone at that time, even though I had no funds. Because I was desperate, but Vandalee kindly was like, you know, how's this sketch? And I didn't even expect it. Van just sort of offered, and I was like, that's really cool, and Van just went for it. So I want to show that to you guys today, and we're going to put that banner up on all the socials, and we're going to write a tweet about it as well. And credit Van in the tweet. So that'll be fun. It's going to be fun. I'm excited to show it off. And oh my god, now that would be amusing, but I one day might draw the Lore Master. Yeah. And I'm making my own game now as well. Awesome, Sky. We have a creative work channel in our Discord. So, well, it's just called Create Now. So anyone that has anything they want to show, feel free to post on there. Discord is one of the places to be now. That's going to be where we chat and collaborate about the game. I'm writing all the socials for how to keep in touch with me and follow the development. Hey Rose, I hope you're doing well. What's this I hear about your last ever Twitch stream? Hi Cone, oh my goodness, leaving Twitch command. I'm so glad that so many of you, including you, Karen, are coming in today to ask, because it would be heartbreaking if like I was gone and some people are like, where did Rose go? So there you go, there's a video there, everybody. It talks about why I'm leaving and where you can find me next, what the next chapter is and where I'll be. So what you want to do is make sure you're following me on one, if not all of those socials, so that I don't disappear forever and ever. And I'm just sort of writing down how you can keep in touch with me now. I mean, that YouTube is with that video on is definitely the one place to be, because that's where the regular updates will be posted. How are you doing though, Cone? I hope you're well. I'll share some of the magic spells I made recently. They're awesome. Alright, I want to show off Van's art. I mean, we might not have time to get it all posted on every single social today. I hope we do though, we might. But I'm definitely going to tweet it out later, if not on this stream now, because I'm hype. I don't see why we weren't on time now. I've just realised it's only 20 to 5. We've got plenty of time actually. We're all good. Thank you so much for the retweets, everybody. I just want to make sure Van's finished their meeting because I don't want to show it and then Van's gone to a meeting or something. Van needs to be here for the hype. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Divine Dev Studios, for those 200 biddies. I appreciate that. Wanted to drop in and give you some bits on your last stream. We miss you here in the science tech community. Wish you the best. Oh, that's very sweet of you, Divine. Thank you so much for those bits. Have some hype in chat. Where are my emojis? Where's my bats? I'm going to miss my bats. I might still upload the bats to Discord, folks, in the emote section, because we don't want him to be gone forever. And this bat mascot as well, he might show his face on some YouTube vlogs, we'll say, because we don't want him to be gone forever. He'll definitely be showing up on the Twitch live stream, the YouTube live streams when we do them, because he's our mascot. Thank you so much again for the biddies. I appreciate it. And it is sad. It's sad that I'm leaving that sort of side, the community of the science and tech on Twitch, behind and moving on. But I really just hope you folks, you devs that stream in there, will get your much deserved game dev category in the coming weeks or months. Because it's kind of sad how you're not being given it. It's so silly, and I'm not gonna lie, that is a big reason for why I'm leaving, but not the ultimate reason. It's just part of the reason. So yes, there's my video if anyone wants to watch it that doesn't know yet why I'm leaving. So glad I get to catch you one last time. I may not have been able to catch your work recently, but thank you for the wonderful content over the years. You're welcome, Cone. And it's lovely to just see your face stop by whenever you're there. I'll never be like, oh my god, how dare you never come to my streams. Even if I haven't seen you for 3 years, I'll be like, oh my god, hi, Cone. Okay, so here we go, everybody, then. I think it's time to get it up. And again, I'll just quickly put my Patreon link in the chat in case anyone really wants to have a look at this. At the moment, before we reveal the art, 1 minute, just before I get sidetracked, this little section here is going to have a bit more info in it soon. I just quickly type something up, and it's quite unfinished, but it's going to have more stuff in it soon. And I'll be posting Patreon only stuff now and again as well that is exclusive to Patreon. So that'll be fun. Right, we're ready. So, you know who these guys are, don't you, folks? These 6 wonderful characters in our game who I talk about all the time. Who knows these guys? Carol, Meryl, Elvira, Hank, Woody and Oliver. If you don't know Carol, Woody, if you don't know these, then you probably haven't ever seen me stream Raindrop Chronicles. You're probably a newbie to the whole game, because I never shut up about them. So I'm talking about these because in our digital art banner that Vandalia made, these are the characters that are in it. Can you believe that? Are you shocked? Did everyone know it would be those ones, or did anyone expect something different? LOL. Yeah, it had to be them. I sort of was saying, it would be great to have a digital art piece that had the barrels like in HD that were so mega detailed, where you saw them in another sort of art style, right? That was not just the pixel art. And Van is an artist, so Van did it. So it's really cool. Honestly, your socks will be blown off when you see this. So I recommend that you get prepared, because it'll be on the screen any minute. But yes, the barrels were the right characters to have on this piece of art, because Roots and Rumours, the first episode, in fact the whole saga as a whole, is sort of centred around those characters. The premise of things coming to life is really the heart of the saga, the story, and really the focus was always going to be on these characters. They are the mascots of the game deep down. Carol's the main one. Carol's the MVP, but the others are very important too and have a big role. And any other characters in the game that we're going to be meeting, like Violet, my character, and Ray and all these guys here walking across the screen, they're also going to have B roles in the story, no doubt, and we'll sort of fill out the world, and I'm really excited to build their character arcs and see how their stories unfold too. And you never know, in the future there might be fan art on them too, or even official art, because I don't even count what Van's done as fan art. I see that as official Raindrop Chronicles art now. So you know, we might have more in the future. If I manage to get funding and get richer, Van will be commissioned if Van ever had time, because I know Van's busy and everybody gets busy, but we'll see how it goes. I did consider at one point, which I'm not 100% sure yet, but it was a thought, at some point it won't be in the first playable build, but it'll be one of the later alpha builds, that the menu, the playable characters would have their own sort of art each in the menu, and it would maybe be sort of HD in that style, kind of like how Octopath Traveler do it. I'm sure you all know Octopath Traveler. It's a pixel art game, so the actual characters in the game on the map are pixel art style. But when you open the menus, you see their sort of portrait, their digital portrait in sort of another art style, and I always thought that was a nice touch. So maybe at the moment, because it all depends, of course, on time, resources, monies, what can go into that. We could go in that direction in the menu. So characters who are playable, like Upgrado, like Violet, like Asharu, Pam's character. Who else have we got? There's loads. There's a dozen or so playable characters could have that. And that'd be pretty cool. I'll make time, Rose. Still planning on painting up Asharu just because he's my boy. Yeah, so that's an idea, Van. It's something I've been mulling over, because I do want the menus to look fancy. Like, how cool is it when you play a game and you open the menu and then you see the characters like in. I really like how Octopath Traveler did it, and I know there's other RPGs that sort of do that kind of thing too. Even though they're pixel art games, they have like a digital portrait of each of those playable characters too. So that would be sort of the wish, a stretch goal, I guess, a wish list for what the menus could look like. But for the first playable build, the menus would probably look pretty basic. Because menu user interface and setting all that up is very time consuming and code heavy as well to get it all right. There is a plugin on RPG Maker MV to sort of do custom menus, but it's one of those things that would hold quite a bit of time up, so I'd set that side, the menu side of things, for a later build. The first build will be very boring with the menus. Octopath Traveler is really pretty pixel art, yeah. Alright, so now said that, I think it's time, folks, to show off the art. So I'm going to get it ready. Are you ready, everyone? Everyone's going to be shocked, so it's going to appear on the screen any second. I might be able to come up with some digital portraits and such. I need to look at Octopath and see what it looks like. I haven't played it yet. I might send you some reference images over at some point, Van. so you know. But that's kind of the game I had in mind when I thought of this, just because it's pixel art in a similar way to Raindrop Chronicles with its main style, but it does do the digital portraits elsewhere like that, and I'm sure there's other games as well that do that, and it'll be great to have a few references. So my socks are ready. Oh my goodness. Okay, here it is. Look how awesome. I'm doing it the wrong way, it's this way. Look at that. Look how detailed the barrels look. Look how cute Oliver looks. Look at Meryl's bra. Look at Meryl's bra, everyone. Look at Woody behind the tree, being all sneaky. Look at Elvira. She looks mega pretty. Look at Hank. Carol. They're all so cool. Oh my god, everyone's getting excited. Even the fruits are there. I keep doing it that way because I've got my camera flipped. Look at the fruits as well. How cool is that? So many subtle details. Like, this is Father Maple as well, this tree. He's got that, like, very subtle evil face. If you look really closely, it's extremely subtle. But if you look really closely, I'm going to zoom in so you can see. You can see the eye and the teeth. And that's the sort of creepy I like most, because it's not like over the top creepy. It's subtle creepy, where almost his face is being formed in the tree and it's not. So that's great, and I know that what we're going with, we've had some chats about that, we sort of were going in that direction with Father Maple anyway, so that's great. So talk about it, guys. What's your favourite part? This is going to be just so eye-catching to have on banners and on the Steam page, that everybody will just pay attention, because I'll be like, what? Who are these? You know, you don't see characters like that in every game, do you? So I'm glad you like it. That looks awesome. Nice job, Van. Yeah, all credit to Van. Van is an exceptional artist, and actually we're working on their portfolio at the moment, aren't you? And we might see this in the portfolio eventually. Glad you like it, yay. Enjoy your streams, hope to catch you moving forward. Yeah, guys, I'm going to again put the leaving Twitch command in, because really that is the main command. That video will tell you everything. It's got all the links in the description, apart from the Patreon link, because I hadn't set the Patreon up at that time. So I'll put that Patreon link in chat for you. You can even follow, like, if say you're not in a position to financially support, you can still press that follow button on the Patreon. And I'm not sure what that does, but it might give updates. It might like tell you if there's any updates on the Patreon page. So yeah, if I press the follow button on it, that'd be awesome. Hank needs a hug. I'm really liking Hank. He looks great, doesn't he? He looks like, you know, that old man you just want to give a big hug to. I don't know who my favourite is, because they all have so much character. And I think ever since we glowed up the sprites, our new sprite transformations that we did, was it no, it was the week before last week, wasn't it? I think it was. I think they look even more like these guys now. They're more detailed, which is great. It's so cool to see them in like HD, in like digital portrait form. The piece itself is really sort of mysterious, and I like that. I think it's got the vibes of Raindrop Chronicles, and it's at the heart of it, where it's very quirky and weird, and you think, oh, who are these strange characters, but also has a mysterious sort of feel as well, and it's awesome. So laughing my ass off. I know he does, but I think he might be concerned about Meryl's bra. I love how you guys have noticed this. Yorkshire, wow, that artwork is great. Yeah, Vandalier in our community did this. I'm going to make sure that everybody knows that. I'm going to tweet this out very shortly. I'm going to @ Van I'm also gonna be putting in the banners as well. So, you know, make sure that you're aware Van did this, and give them a big thank you, because Van totally decided to do this off their own back. I didn't even ask. Van just drew me a concept sketch before it was painted up and was like, what do you think of this? And it was just like a pencil outline at that point. And I was like, wow, that is like exactly sort of how I'd want to see the barrels in like digital form. So, you know, and looking at this, it makes me imagine the other characters in this art style as well in the future. Like, imagine seeing these other characters walk across in that art style one day. And like I said, if we go down that Octopath Traveler route where we have digital portraits in the menu, that would be so cool, I think. Hi beloved, well thank you, I'll be blushing a minute. But it looks awesome. Why is that? Why Woody has a smirk? Yeah, well, you could make theories of what's going on in this picture. Hank is almost like looking at Meryl, I think. It's like he's sort of, it's a bit weird because he's her granddad. He might be looking at her as if Meryl, you know, what are you doing? I mean, we haven't actually decided what Hank and Meryl's relationship is like yet, but Hank's a very laid back, very cool granddad, I think. I think he smokes pot personally, secretly, you know, steals Alvira's pipe and smokes a bit on the side. So I think he's the cool granddad personally, whereas I think Alvira's the traditional uptight one. So yeah, Woody's definitely, I love Woody. I think it's such a nice touch, Woody being there, because he doesn't really belong in the family. He's like different to the others, so it almost feels like it was ideal for him to be in another part of the portrait, not actually with the actual barrel group, but still there because Woody's super important and such a cool character. And I like how Oliver's just peeping out as well. It's really cute. Amazing. My last time seeing Rose. Fantasia, how are you doing? Thank you so much for Patreon support, by the way. Fantasia, I did say. Make sure that you're synced up. Anyone who did do the who did sub to me on Patreon, make sure your Discord is synced so that you get the role, because just double checking. I do need to send a message out to my Patreons to sort of welcome them in and like give instructions for syncing the Discord role and things like that, because I don't think it does it automatically. You actually need to sync Discord in the settings. So again, I'm going to put leaving Twitch here, and also my Patreon link here, so anyone wants to look and have a nosy. Woody has ideas, he. Although I think all of them should be concerned about standing on Father Maple's roots. I know, right? It's interesting. There's so much detail. Like, even if you look at the far side of this piece, look what's here. There's like the graveyard here as well. So it's really cool, of Lakefall. So awesome. And gonna work. Happy last stream. Feel free to subscribe from some feedback on magic spells. Yeah, of course. Like, feel free to have a look in the Discord and read what Sky's doing as well, folks, if you're curious. I believe it posted on creating the creative channel. Yeah, my lunch is over now, but I'll try to drop in when I can for this stream. Meanwhile, I'll be lurking. Awesome, Raid. I'm so glad you were able to make it to our final stream. It's so awesome to see so many faces come back. And, you know, just chat in the Discord, pop up, tell us what you're up to in life. Make sure you keep in touch, because although we won't be having the regular stream interactions, I want to know what you guys are doing And we'll still have our live streams over on YouTube, even though they're way less frequently. That will be a time, we'll do similar to what we're doing right now when I do those YouTube streams. We just have a big catch up and just a big question and answers and just a massive chat about the game when it happens. And I do believe that YouTube live streams do help a bit with visibility on there. I'm not sure because I'm a bit of a noob. So it'd be interesting when that does happen. I'd probably do my first one late summer or early autumn, we'll say. But I will, of course, tweet dates when I know. That area is a little less detailed because the other version has the logo. Yeah, and honestly, it's awesome. And things in the background generally do have less detail. I'm pretty happy that the focus and the bits of this digital art that do have the focus are the barrels, and because they're like the focus of this piece, and it's awesome. I couldn't have imagined better, personally. Like, I couldn't even imagine how it could be better, so it's freaking awesome. I love it, folks. Should we get these over on the banners on the socials and write a tweet and show it off? What do you reckon? I think that would be a good way to sort of do a send-off for the stream. I'm looking at my doc, YouTube, Discord, Patreon, they're the main ways to support the stream. Double checking that I haven't missed anything. The only other places to sort of follow me, I guess, that are super important, or, you know, not mega important, but would be the Twitter and the Instagram. I don't think we've got a command for the Instagram, but I'll put it in manually. Everything ends with Raindrop RPG, so it's pretty memorable and easy to find me on these platforms. Did that work? It says page not found here. So again, I will be I've never been a very active user of Twitter, especially Instagram. But now that Twitch will be gone from my life, and if I feel like Raindrop Chronicles needs that bit of extra visibility, I'm gonna have the time to put into those now. So especially when when I start adding more details to our base foundation of the pixel art tile set I've started doing now for the game. Once more layers of detail are added on that, I'll be totally ready to do some screenshot Saturdays and show that to the world, and that could help. So they'll be appearing when the time's right as well. So make sure you're following on the Twitter and the Instagram so you don't miss those screenshot Saturdays. And really that's it. YouTube, Discord, Patreon, Twitter and Instagram, I'd say are all the platforms now that my primary ones that I'll be using. And obviously we've got the website and the Law Bible as well, and the press kit and things that come off that, but everything's on the website as well. I've linked everything from there. So folks, how far am I now from my 400 YouTube subs? I'm gonna refresh. Oh my goodness, guys, very quickly gonna minimize the art, but we're gonna get it back up in a minute because I really want this to be on Cheryl's stream. But look, I've hit my 400 subscribers today. What a good way to sort of celebrate the last stream, hitting 400 subs. There it is, 400. Thank you everyone that decided to do the sub. And thank you for the likes on the video as well. Appreciate that tons. So we can start by putting this art on YouTube, or we can do Twitter and Patreon first. In fact, we'll do Patreon first, and then we'll do Twitter, and then we'll do YouTube last, maybe. But with Twitter, we're gonna have to put a tweet up at the same time to say, look at our new art. So let's upload this, I'm going to just keep this up while I upload, and when it's up I'm going to show you the new Patreon page. And obviously the banner is going to crop some of it off, but it'll still look really awesome. And the Steam page will have this whole piece on there when it's up. So it's going to be used regularly as promo, right, wherever we can, in all honesty. It'll probably be on the press kit as well. So there'll be places where you can see it in full too. And of course it's going to be on Rav's Indie Game Showcase website. Rav, this is what we was waiting for. Waiting for this to be done. This on your website is going to people will be like, what's this game? So, I mean, I would, if I wasn't the developer, I'd be thinking, whoa, what are these barrels? Are they barrels? Why is that barrel wearing a bra? Who's that cute yellow one with the Yule face? I'll be all asking all sorts of questions. Eventually I'm going to make it so Indie Showcase will automatically post to Facebook and Twitter for you, long-term feature. Oh, that's a cool option for anyone that wants them auto tweets, that's for sure. So Vanderly, are you working on your portfolio? Are you going to be going into game dev? Are you going to be wanting to be an independent artist or something else? Yeah, everyone's going to be really interested now in Van seeing this. So yeah, we're all very intrigued. Van might be famous one day. Awesome. Looking forward to see your content. Yay! Thank you, everyone. It's been an awesome last stream. Been freaking awesome. So, I need to remember how on earth I edit the Patreon page, because I'm a noob with Patreon. And thank you again, everyone, for helping me get to 400 subs on YouTube. We're still a little bit away from hitting the special 1K mark on YouTube, but my goal is to hit 1K by the end of the year on YouTube. That might be a bit of a stretch, I don't know, but it's good, sometimes fun to have a goal. Okay. Oh, have I had another Patreon? Thank you so much. I'm honest, I just want to say about the Patreon, let's just get to the page again, that I'm really sort of impressed. I mean, it's very young, this Patreon page, but I'm having people support me on there already, which is fabulous. Let's give it a refresh. And very, very encouraging. And you know, it's in this rate, although it's still very, very early days, this page, I mean, it's only a day old, so don't expect a lot, but even though it's very early days, I think I'll be beating my Twitch revenue, just simply because we don't have the 50-50 split with Patreon. You get the bulk on here, so it's kind of exciting and awesome. Alright, so I've got to send a welcome message to you guys, that's for sure, and make sure that you all know how to sync yourself up in the Discord as well. So maybe you'll get that over the weekend. There's a lot of setting up to still do with the Patreon. Okay, so let's get the I want this in everyone's faces, because everyone's going to be like, what are these? It deserves to be seen. Okay, so while that's up there, I'm going to get this set up on the profile. So Van very kindly sent me all the measurements, the right banner sizes last night, so we could get these up today. Because it can be a pain in the butt, can't it, with social media and all the banner sizes, because they're all different. So here we go, it's just coming up now, and we won't have that plain, boring, white, blank banner now. We'll have an actual Raindrop Chronicles digital piece. And it's gonna look so much more awesome. Is that up now? Let's give it a refresh. Oh my god, here we go. It's here. So you can see the sidebar a little bit at the side. But awesome. So the Patreon, I've got my face as the avatar on this particular one, simply because the way it's presented, it sort of puts the creator at a focus, where it says Rose Rainblood is creating Raindrop Chronicles. So I'm sort of splitting it between my face, but also lots of Raindrop Chronicles visuals around it. But on the Twitter, we're going to have a Raindrop Chronicles avatar, of course, and on the YouTube as well, because I'm only going to use my face on my own socials, the Rose Rainblood ones. But for Raindrop RPG, we're probably going to use a circle area of this piece. Maybe Carol's face, I'm thinking, because I've noticed a lot of game devs on their social medias have similar banners like this, like a fancy digital art piece that really shows their game off, and they sort of grab a main element in that piece and sort of use that as the avatar, and then it all looks consistent then and cool. So we'll probably do something similar on Twitch and YouTube. I'm actually a graphic designer, creative director, so I'm kind of in the field, yes. It's cool. Fanny's a pro. All right, so now that's up, how cool. We also have these guys up. I might put the logo somewhere here too. I'm not going to put the logo in Van's art piece. We did consider it, but in the end I decided not to, because the issue with our logo, the main issue, is that it's a pixel art logo. So putting on banners and social media with compression and sort of automatically resizing it can tend to look a bit wonky. Pixel art logos can. Like the one on Instagram here is perfection. This is it as in its fine pixel art glory, the logo, which is great because it looks nice like that. But when pixel art logos get compressed and resized, it really can make them look awful. So for that reason, the logo's not going to go on there. Maybe there's a way around it, and a way you can get pixel art logos on media like that without it getting like that, because I have seen other games that do have similar pixel art logos manage to pull it off. I can't remember the game that I saw the other day that had a logo like similar, but I'll look into it. But for now, we're going to keep it just the art. But you never know, in the future there might be a bit of an update, because I know that when the Steam page comes out, I'll probably do things similar to how Nemoid have done it, which is they have wishlist on Steam in their banner, and I might sort of go over the banner with something like that, like just so people know it's on Steam, like things like that. Getting those wish lists will be absolutely vital for the game when we do have that Steam page. So I'll be wanting to advertise that in particular like mad. And I think something like that, just white text, white very simple text over the art, like Nemoid have done it. It would work with that piece. So let's get it back up. But for now, of course, we're just going to keep it as it is. I think that looks glorious and it'll look attention grabbing. So it's up already on the Patreon, which is fab. We've got our icons, our Carol, Meryl, Woody icons, which worked out quite nicely actually, because we've got the 3 tiers here. I didn't want more than 3 tiers. I wanted to keep it quite minimal, really, in all honesty. All I wanted was the typical £5 per month one, which is equivalent to Twitch, and one for those of you that probably, with the finances, maybe you can't afford the Twitch, you wouldn't have been able to afford the Twitch sub, and which is understandable in this day and age with finance and that, but still want to contribute just a little bit. So that's for the peeps like that. And the VIP Patreon is for peeps that just really want to help out to make sure that I get supported, and they get like a shout out at the end of the Dev Diaries each month. This one will get a shout out too, but in a different way. With the middle tier, the shout out will be, I'm going to share the Patreon page so that peeps can read if in case they can't see properly on screen. But the shout out for the middle tier with the YouTube Dev Diaries is a name. There'll sort of be a credits at the end, and it'll have the Patreons listed there. Whereas the shout out for the third tier will be me saying thank you with my voice at the end. So I'll be saying your name and thanks at the end of the video then. So just so you know, you can be appreciated for helping me out there in that side of things. So, and that way we sort of still get to keep the whole feel of what the Twitch streams had when I thank you for the subs. So that's nice to keep that side of things too. So I'm just thinking, have I put this Patreon everywhere? I've put it here in the links. I'm going to put it in here where it's got support the game in the Discord. I'm going to actually put anything like that in here. So I might do that afterwards because I don't know if we'll have time now. And just as a reminder, folks, remember to set yourself roles in the Discord so that you can have your name higher up as well. It's a cheeky way. If you say you're a super fan or a follower, it's a cheeky way of getting your name up higher in our list on our Discord as well. So make sure you give yourself a role, and there's other fun ones as well if you want to give yourself some fun ones. I'm getting hungry already. Alright, so now we got to open the Patreon. We can try, should we do the YouTube first? We'll do the YouTube first actually, and we'll do Twitter last, because the Twitter I'm going to actually put up a tweet when I put the artwork, so just sort of hype it up. I think it deserves a tweet so everyone knows that hasn't made it to the stream that we've got all this cool artwork. Oh my god, I can't believe I've hit the 400 subs. I didn't think I would today because I was still quite a bit away, but we did it. Sorry I had to jump on call, but yeah, I do art and also do digital art. I have a DeviantArt account, but it hasn't been updated in a while. Well, now this has been revealed because it hadn't been public for some time. In fact, Van finished this off quite a while ago now, but the time wasn't right. I was actually waiting until the Steam launch, the coming soon Steam launch page, to reveal this to everybody. And originally that was going to be out earlier this year, but I've held off because I ended up doing my own custom tile set, and I'm waiting for those screenshots to sort of reach a more polished stage just a bit. I'm not expecting the most polished pixel art for the first level build. It's going to be a gradual polish over the pre-alpha stage of the game, and probably even the alpha, until the pixel art is at a finalised standard. But I at least want them to be, a bit more detailed before that Steam page gets launched, because the screenshots are mega important on things like Steam pages, and can make people wishlist it based on what the game looks like. So, but it will be out this year. I'm pretty sure of that. And the and the playable build will shortly follow it, probably. And anyone who is a Patreon will get the access to the playable builds, at least first. I don't know if I'll ever make the playable builds fully public to all. I haven't decided yet. I've got to do a bit of research on what's the best move, because it might be a bad idea to do that. I'm not sure yet. I need to sort of get my knowledge up on what the best decision is in regards to playable build availability and how easy it is to sort of play. But the patrons will be the first ones to play, like, for a while before the community or anyone else maybe will have access to it. Maybe it'll only be available to patrons. I haven't even decided yet. It might just be an early access thing where they get them first for a while, or it might be something where, you know, it gets released to the public eventually. It's all going to be what works best for the game, and what the smartest thing to do is. Got something in my eye. Gotta blink a bit. A lot of stuff I've not posted over the years just because I've been so busy. It happens, doesn't it? Some will make it available to public but say free versions behind just for the sake of more eyes on it. That makes sense, and that's quite smart, I'd say, Asriel. So, you know, it gets made public at a much later date. But I think that exclusivity and having that as a Patreon perk is going to be very, I think, smart, because it's going to help me out financially, and it'll give people who actually do contribute in that way sort of very big reward there when it happens and when they do come out. And those people do have the option to become testers, and it's not forced upon people who have access to playable builds to become testers. It's optional. I'll probably have a Google form that you can fill in, like a questionnaire where I ask for questions like, how are the battle mechanics? How did you find the character of Carol? And anything that's story related or anything that's mechanic related or bug related or things like that will probably be testing questions I'll be asking, but it won't be forced. Like, that's for anyone to fill in who wishes, and anyone that does fill in those tester forms when the time comes will obviously be credited as a tester in the game's credits. Yeah, so, well, you are very talented, Van. Yeah, we're very lucky to have Van, otherwise this piece wouldn't exist. And it's very cool. I think it's super cool for games that allow, like, you know, minimal art style like Pixel, to have like versions like promo art that shows the sort of characters in another way too. I know it's very common for games, pixel art games, to do that. I've seen a lot of them have the digital art versions and in banners that are a different style to what the actual game is, and it's kind of cool to see the character like that. And like I said, we might go the route of Octopath Traveler where they have these sort of portraits in the menu. When with the playable characters, like when you open it up and see your party and things. I think that'd be quite nifty. That's a sort of stretch goal, if it's ever possible. If you know, we'll see when the time comes, because it won't be first playable build when we get the fancy menus. That'd be either the second playable build or the third playable build, maybe, by the time we start getting the more detailed menu designing. On your document, ask the tester's machine spec as well, so you can compare errors between testers. Oh, awesome, As. I'll definitely throw you a message if I'm sort of wondering what the best way to deal with testing is when the time comes, because it's definitely still early days at this stage. We're testing, but you know, all going well. If I can get productive once today comes to a close, we might find the game dev going quite smoothly, and the playable build might be definitely on the cards for coming out in the coming months. We'll see how it goes. That'll be the devlogs, and the Patreon only feed with the behind the scenes will be very informing you on things like that. My artist name, yeah, put in your spam chat with your links, man, so everyone knows. And when I write the tweet, I'll at you in it, and in the comments I'm gonna put those links in as the comments, so people know, if you want to, of course. Unless you say, oh no, I don't want anyone seeing my portfolio, then I wouldn't do that. But with your permission, if you were happy for me to sort of link your DeviantArt in the comment underneath, a link in the replies to the tweet, then I can do that, and anyone that wants to could have a little nosy then. That's where some of my older stuff is. Awesome. Right, so now that's up, we're gonna do the YouTube. I'm gonna hide while I do it though, because I might have to go into my secret account manager to upload the videos. I don't know what shows up, I get paranoid, so you can just stare at the piece of art while I do this. Customize channel actually is where I've got to go. And again, for anyone who's coming in, oh gosh, I didn't do the command right. For anyone who's coming in again, well, for the first time today, I mean, to the street, I'm gonna just leave you with some links, folks, to click on the video, the YouTube video, and the Patreon. I'm putting the Patreon there as well because that's the only link I mention. The only thing I mention in the video that doesn't have the link there. Everything else does have a little link in the description to the Discord and Twitter, etc. My own website is closed right now because I needed to do a rework with WordPress. No worries. Well, if there is a link, if you want me to use your DeviantArt, I can link that if you want me to. Only with your permission, I'll put it in. Okay, so basic info. Need the banner. Branding, there we go. Upload. And the YouTube banner is really massive. So, you know, it's huge. It's because on YouTube, people view it on like massive tellies, don't they? So you need a humongous size. Right, so I'm trying to do the best crop that gets as much of the character detail as I could, and it's a tricky one with the YouTube because they don't let you upload in multiple sizes, unfortunately, which is silly of them. So there is quite a big crop on this one, but it still looks really cool. You know, it still looks really nice, and you can tell it's the barrels when you see them, and that's all that matters really. And I'm probably going to replace the circle with an icon of Carol anyway, so people could have see what she actually looks like in there. So, I mean, we could bring it up a bit further. Let me just show you so you can see. Folks, we could always bring the crop up a bit further so we can see more of Carol's face, but then we lose the Hank detail. And I mean, it depends, because I want to see Oliver too. But we'd only see Hank's moustache. If we, say, move it there, we'd just see the edge of Hank's moustache. But I want to see my little Oliver, so I might bring that crop up a bit more. We'd still get Woody, and we'd still get Elvira. We wouldn't get Meryl though. But at least you can see Meryl on the the Twitter banner. The Twitter banner shows quite a bit. So, oh, I got a notification. Thank you so much, folks, for the likes and retweets on this stream. I'm super hyped to show off this art, but I want to make sure we get the best crop. So let's get it up. Here we go. So I'm trying to do it so, you know, wood is still there, because if we have it like biggest, we sort of limited and we can't move it down. So if we do it like this, this allows us to sort of move it so we can see Carol's eyes. Now, would we see Oliver if we had it there? Let's say publish. You can see a bit of his eye. We could always move it even more, and then you see the one eye of Alvira. I want to show off Oliver. I just want Oliver in it because he's my fave. Okay, so a bit more. You just use the DeviantArt link for now. Awesome, that's what I'll do then. So I'll do this. I want Woody to still be there because it's cool to see him. Maybe part of him will have to get, maybe if we do that, that might work. See this. Yeah, let's try that. I think we'll definitely see both of Oliver's eyes on this one. Needs another refresh, I think. There we go. Nearly. Just a bit more, like a touch more, so this bit of Alvira's chopped, and maybe the top of Woody's box, he's just his face in the corner, and then we get Oliver's two eyes on. That's kind of what I'm aiming for. And we're getting more Carol face in by doing that as well, so we can't lose. But we still get the detail in Alvira. And the part. You can even see Father Maple. Look at Father Maple, he's even been cropped in it as well. Alright, so let's do that a bit more. The YouTube one's the most tricky because of the way that they do all this. But in the fact it's such a small like length of banner, whereas the Twitter one is quite like, you know, that'll show Meryl's bra off and Hank's face on that one because it's a bit larger. Okay, my tummy's doing a rumble. And I had lunch just before my stream as well. Being a fuss pot. I think we're very, very close. Now you can see quite a bit of Oliver there. But if we do it, put it any more to the left, we might lose Woody face, but you know, like a tiny smidge we might be able to do. I'll leave it like that for now, but I might just alter it just a tiny bit off stream, just so we can see a bit more of Oliver and a tiny bit less of Woody. I'm talking a centimetre here. You guys can't see Oliver right now because it's cropped on the screen, but if you go onto the actual YouTube, you can see more of him if you actually look on the actual thing. So there we go, there's the YouTube. Oh no, it's the wrong link. That's my old link, everybody, so don't listen to that one. We have a new, we use Raindrop RPG now for the YouTube. So go on that one, and Yay, love Carol's eye. Yeah, she looks so cool. Like, she looks like a badass, in all honesty, like a really strong woman, which is really what Carol is. Like, she's got the sass and she's gonna give it to you. That's kind of how, the sort of impression I'm getting from Carol in this picture. I love the closeness of Carol and Ollie on this picture too, because it's showing that, you know, he likes to be with Carol because he's peeking from behind her. Meryl's just looking into the air, probably for Axel, looking into the distance. And Hank's thinking, Hank looks slightly concerned about Meryl or something. I'd love to develop Hank and Meryl's relationship a bit further now, looking at this, but ultimately I think Hank should be a cool dad, not an overprotective or uptight dad. I mean granddad, sorry, not dad, because that's Elvira. They can't have two uptight grandparents. I feel like ultimately Hank and Elvira need to have very different dynamic, and that's why they're really interesting together as well. Because we already know Elvira's very like controlling and like, you know, not approving of a relationship. That's all. Yes, exactly. It's also good. Like, I could talk about this picture for hours and the characters. Such a nerd for these barrels. Oh no, I am. I'm a nerd for these barrels. I think some of you guys in chat are nerds for them as well. So there we go. We got the banner up now. We've got it in the Patreon. Thank you again so much for anyone that's already decided to support me on that. I super appreciate it. I love how Carol and Ollie are the focus on this one, and you can still see Woody's face and the fruits as well on this, and I love our father Matt. It's a shame that Meryl and Hank are chopped off, but you can still see a bit of Hank moustache. But on the Twitter banner we're going to see Meryl's bra and Hank on that, because there's more room on that one, which is great. And on the press kit, I'm definitely going to get this picture up in the press kit, 100%. That press kit needs a bit of an update now as well, so we can edit the way we collaborate now. Don't forget to give yourself roles, folks. I'm mentioning this because I want to see all your names high up, like they should be on this Discord. So I'm probably, let's try this out. One sec. Oh, what's happening here? Let's try this out. Let's get... I'm doing it with this way. I mean, Van did send me over an avatar anyway, so I could always use that one too. But what I'm thinking is that we have as much, I mean, do we show Carol's barrelness? Like, is it important the avatar shows she's a barrel, or shall we zoom more on the face? Because it's difficult with avatars because we usually have to view them at a tiny size in feeds. So if we have too much detail, it might not even be visible to the eye very well. If we want, we could even have Oliver if we wanted. You know, we can change it, have it as Oliver wanted. It depends how we feel. I do feel like Carol deserves the limelight though. Let's see what happens if we do the face. I mean, maybe we should show the barrelness off a bit more. If we do that, you can see she's a barrel a bit more. Maybe that. See how that goes. But again, I might mess around with this avatar and like try and crop it 100 times till it's perfect. Because I get very fussy about that. I'm like, no, she needs a bit more, needs to show a bit more barrel. Oh no, we need a face to be bigger and less barrel. I'll be like that for hours tonight, which is the avatar. So, you know, it looks all right there though. Not too bad at all. People are like, what's that? Who's this lady? Oh, she's a romanceable character in the game. That's who she is. Hi, Looking Glasses. How are you doing? So good to see you. How things going? We're just typing up our new promo art of our barrels that's going to go in our banners and be used as promotion for Roots and Rumours. I think it like really gets the heart of episode 1 with its foresty sort of mysterious vibe. And these characters are very predominant in Roots and Rumours, or at least they're pretty much part of the whole premise. So yes, by Vandalia from our community did this art, and it's so cool. I'm very happy and excited. How are you doing today? I'm doing decent, Looking Glass. This is the last Twitch stream, so leaving Twitch. I don't know if you know Looking Glasses, but this is going in for anyone who's lurking or just coming in who might not know. There's a video there. It's only a few minutes long. Be curious. Everything's on that video. I talk about what I'll be doing next in the way to keep up with the project, and where to follow me and keep involved in our content. So how to keep in touch and follow development and Raindrop Chronicles. The primary social medias are YouTube. Everything's very easy to remember. It's all /Raindrop RPG on every social. Discord, which is a link shortener, dsc.gg, Raindrop RPG. That is where we're going to collaborate from now on. I'm encouraging everyone to pick themselves a fancy role, because nobody's doing it. Well, I've got quite a few of you actually who have picked a role. I'm being silly, but way more of you need to pick roles in here in our Discord, so that you can like be shown off on the side. And this is where we're going to do all our world building chats, character chats, story chats, poll votings, and just random chats and posting stuff about life and things as well. It's going to be our community hub from now on. Discord is even more than before. I mean, we've always had a Discord, but I'll admit I have neglected it quite a lot because it's hard to do everything. And I always figured, Twitch streams, I'm on there anyway, so everyone will all talk on there. But now we're sort of saying goodbye to Twitch streams. It's going to be we're going to be even more active in there now, and I'm going to encourage that. And it's actually going to, we're going to miss that quick live interaction with the collaboration, but I think it's going to pay off in other ways. Like, it's going to be way more easier to keep an archive of all the ideas now, because with Twitch VODs they get deleted, and sometimes you feel like you're in a big rush to quickly save all of chat. I spend about half hour at the end of every stream copying and pasting important bits that chat have said, so again that saves time. With Discord it's there forever, and it's much easier to copy and paste and keep it, things like that, than the chat on Twitch streams. So if you're interested in that side of things, folks, Discord's the place to be if you want to be involved in the community story collaboration side of things. If you want to be more involved in the following the progress of the game and how that's getting on, updates on the game development, YouTube's the place to be, because that is where I'll be posting monthly vlogs on the game now. Every month. I figured that was the perfect balance. Every week would have been too much, and there wouldn't have been enough to say. Editing is very time consuming, so a month feels like about the right amount to have plenty to say, and for me to not be like too busy and overwhelmed with YouTube. Because ultimately my energy has to go into the game development more than anything, so I don't want to get sidetracked by social media where I'm doing the bulk of that but not the game development. Which is why I've generally kept my Patreon perks quite minimal and easy to do, like shout outs and having names at the end of my dev diaries, and There will be the blogs to do, the exclusive behind the sneak peek Patreon blogs, but I don't think that would be too bad, because that's alongside my game development. As I do my game development, I can like work on getting those blogs written up. That's the third thing, that's the Patreon, that's the third way of keeping in touch, and it's the way to support me in regards to making sure the project, I can like support myself while I'm doing the project, and it's going to be a build up. I mean, I'm not rich at all or anywhere close to getting a sort of salary every month right now. I'm sort of living off savings mainly and some of my Twitch revenue, but over time, it could get better. I'm gonna try my best to sort of see how Patreon goes, and every little bit helps, like even just £2 a month, it can go towards something, and that's how I'm seeing it as. So that hasn't got that link isn't in the YouTube video. It's the only link that isn't in the YouTube video because I hadn't set up the Patreon page at that time, but now it is, so I'm popping it in there for you. And amazingly, it's only a day or two old, this page, but I've had some support already, so that's absolutely awesome of you guys. I really appreciate that. So feel free to have a look if you're curious. And I reached my 400 subs on YouTube as well, so that's really awesome. I didn't expect to actually reach the 400 subs today, so that's a really good way to sort of celebrate the last stream too. So if you're not on there already, folks, if you're not, really YouTube is the main one, because that is where all the updates and links to everything from the videos will be, and that if you want to not sort of forget about the project and want to keep updated with how it's going, it's the place to be. And Discord and Patreon's the place to be too. And the other places to be, I'm going to just quickly write here that there are 3 tiers. £2, £5 and £10. I did want it to get more complex than that. I wanted your normal Twitch sub price to be there, and one's for peeps that can't really sort of, the finances and that are tight, so that's more for those folks, and this one is more for those that really just want help and give that bit extra. So, there you go then, folks, in case anyone wants to help support Raindrop Chronicles and myself. And the other last thing is put these ones together actually, because they're the same, to be honest. Twitter and Instagram are really the last places to be. I think really the only platforms, I see them as the big 5. YouTube, Discord, Patreon, Twitter and Instagram. That is solely really where I'm going to be putting stuff from now. I don't think I'm going to expand much further. And I'm not going to do the TikTok or anything like that, and I don't know if there's any others out there, but if there is, I don't want to spread myself too thin. So I think Twitter and Instagram are the best ones, so that's where I'm going to go. Screenshots after days, little clips, little scenes that I put together, any artwork updates, when I do more detail on the pixel art over time, will be shared on places like Instagram and Twitter. So not like dev updates won't be on there. That will solely be YouTube and Patreon for blogs and videos. Blogs for Patreon, videos for YouTube. Twitter and Instagram, pictures and little short things that are related to the game, screenshots Saturday and all that. So those are the other places to be. So, and let's catch up with chat. I love the artwork. I'll check it out. Yay! I see myself in there. LOL. Where are you? Where do you see yourself? That's a good point. Your last ever hi Bubba, how you doing? Please tell me that's some kind of clickbait, Rose. Unfortunately, it's the truth. I've never been a clickbait person. How could I? I'm too sweet and innocent for that sort of clickbait nonsense. I feel good about it. I don't even feel sad. The only thing that's sad is sort of losing that sort of chat we've had, quite often, the community sort of social aspect of it. But I feel like that's not going to even be over, because it's going to carry on into other platforms with Discord, and especially YouTube live streams when they happen, even though it's less often. So for Bubba and anyone else who's coming in and you're wondering why, if you're coming in and you're not sure what the story is, why I've come to this decision, then there's a video there on YouTube. It's only a few minutes long, so feel free to watch that. It talks about why I've made the decision and where I'll be in my next chapter, what platforms I'm on, which is basically what's all in this doc here. The 5: YouTube, Discord, Patreon, Twitter and Instagram. Yeah, those will be the platforms I have open on my browser every day. Really, I don't need more than that. And I'm going to really miss your streams. I didn't always have time to stop by, but every time I saw you live, it did bring a smile to my face. I'm just glad that what you're moving on to is a positive new chapter in life. All the love, Rose. Thank you so much, Bubba. I super appreciate the comments and all the nice things. It's really nice to know people enjoyed the streams. And it can be sad for things to come to an end, but sometimes it's the right decision and can be for the best. You know, like this time next year, I might look back and think, you know what, leaving Twitch behind has allowed me so much more time to do this in the game that would have never have been done if I continued with the regular streams the way I have. So I'm seeing it as something that could really pay off massively, and none of us know for sure how it's going to go, because life, we can't predict it. But there's a good gut feeling about it. And I did mull over this decision for a bit of time, most of this year in fact, because 2021 is when it's kind of really started to not work out for me anymore. In 2020 there was a few glimpses of promise, but it's really not been good this year. The visibility on the platform for myself, and I want to make the most of every second and time and make it productive and not have it go to waste. But it's not a goodbye, is it, folks? It's far from a goodbye. I'm going to be on these other platforms here where you see me. So just make sure you're following me on them, because after this stream today, if you're not following me on any of them, I'll just disappear from the face of the earth for you. So, I mean, if you keep an eye on all of them, that's even better. But even if it's just one or two of them, you'll still get regular sort of updates on stuff. So just make sure you watch video, Discord, YouTube links, Patreon, Twitter, and they're also in the panels on the about banner bit on Twitch. I think I've put them there, some of them anyway. They're all on the website too. So the main raindroprpg.com website, everything's linked on there too. So yes, at the moment we're just having chats about being the last stream, and we're sort of celebrating this awesome new digital fan art. I mean, it isn't fan art. This is actual official promo art now, because it's just so good. So thanks to Van. And we're using this everywhere we can in our banners to show off Carol the Barrel and a gang. We've got it on Patreon now, we've got it on YouTube, we need to put it on Twitter, so that's the next place. This is my own Twitter. I'm going to switch to the Raindrop RPG Twitter now, and we'll put it in here and we'll put up a tweet, and that will be cool. That'll be a good way to end the stream then. Oh my gosh, we are really coming towards the end now, aren't we? It's nearly 6 p.m. WhatsApp joke, lol. Yeah, I've never used WhatsApp before, actually. I'm an old person with these apps. I just subbed on YouTube and followed on Twitter. I don't know how I was already following Twitter, but that massive mistake is fixed now. Yeah, I'm so glad you came in, Bubba, then. Imagine if you didn't, and you didn't even know I was gone from the face of the earth of Twitch. I'm assuming folks that, you know, haven't been around in the streams for a while, who may not know about this, might just one day put in my Twitch URL and sort of wonder where I am. So because of that, I'm thinking of changing the channel banner video thingy-majig to a little note or something, just saying where I am now. So anyone that comes across the channel is aware and things, and don't just think I've completely disappeared forever. Thank you so much for all the love on the Twitters and all the social medias, everyone. I super appreciate it. Oh my goodness, there's quite a few notifications. So we haven't even put Van's art up yet, and we've already got all these notifications. Holy crap. Thank you, Sky. Appreciate that. I'll have to thank Sky later. Alright, so why have I gone back on my account? We're going on the Raindrop Chronicles, because I've got 2 Twitter accounts, folks, because I use my main one for anything, you know, that's more to do with me, or even though there tends to be a lot of Raindrop Chronicles related stuff on my actual Twitter, because that does consume my life, so there tends to be. You might find more personal life related things on this Twitter too now and again as well. But this one is solely related to the game. There's like, you'll only get game stuff on this one. So we're gonna get Van's artwork on this now and updated, so I'm super hyped. But as soon as we've got that art up, I'm gonna have to write the tweet, because people will click it and be like, what's this? And I'm gonna want the tweet there ready. So, oh my goodness, we get it ready. And that illustration would make a nice wallpaper. It would, wouldn't it? I was saying to Van yesterday, when Van sent over the all the different sizes for the banners to me, because they're all different sizes on social media. I was saying, you know what, this is going to be my new wallpaper. So, you know, it's super cool. And, you know, it still might be a bit ambitious at this stage to say, yeah, we don't know what's ahead, or how busy Van is, or how much sort of money I have to put aside for commission or anything like that. But if it works out and goes smoothly, you might see more of this sort of art in the future for the game. And we're even thinking of inserting it into the menus, because a lot of you might have heard of the RPG game Octopath Traveler, which is also a pixel art game like Raindrop Chronicles. They have like sort of digital art portraits of the characters in the menus and stuff. So we might go that sort of route, where you can see a sort of digital portrait of each of the playable characters in the menu, to sort of just make it more fancy, you know, because it's really cool, isn't it? Fancy menus rather than a boring one. So that would be a sort of thing to aim for, I guess, for a future playable build, when we start really adding more detail to the alpha builds. Because when the first playable build comes out, things will be pretty basic. Even the pixel art that you see when you play the playable build is just early stage. You'll see more layering and detail and lighting and shadows and all that extra stuff over time. It's all very, very early so far, because I have started doing my own tile set recently, and it's looking good. It's very promising, the basic style we've got, but a lot still needs to be built upon it, and that's going to be a gradual thing. I'm sort of very inspired by Concerned Ape, who made Stardew Valley with his process with how he approached that, because he sort of did it gradually and just really just slowly added and improved over the course of his 5 years, I believe, of developing that game. So yeah, I'm going to do it in a similar way. It's going to be a slow, gradual addition of detail over time. Yeah, the menus will be very boring on the first playable build. Even the battle system will probably be pretty basic, but it'll still be there at its core. Like what you see will be how it is, but mechanics, everything will just be fleshed out even more over time. Thank you for the fun. I'll be around in the Discord or email whenever you need me, Rose. Yeah, and I'm getting weepy and crying enough as it is if you just vanish without me knowing why. Don't have been an absolute wreck. My good guys, you flatter me too much. Thanks for years of fun, Rose. I'll just have to campaign Discord now. Yeah, Azrael, honestly, anyone, please talk in general chat, ramble on, share your pictures, share your life with us, show off your pets, share your creative work. Get involved, have a nosy at some of the world building we're doing, even if you don't understand what's going on because you don't really know much about the story and world building. I'm going to make it very easy to digest with like easy to read lore Bible articles so you can sort of be brought up to speed, folks. So yeah, just feel free to hang out and talk in Discord. I'm not going to be on it every second of the day because I still need to make sure I don't get into that habit of getting consumed in social media and it being a distraction from the game. But it will be something I'm keeping an eye on regularly, at least once a day, and seeing what everyone's up to and talking in there and stuff. And so yeah, Discord's the number one spot, one of the number one spots to be keeping an eye on. I'm gonna put that there again. The other one is YouTube. I awesomely hit 400 subs today. Oh my goodness. That's 402 now. Guys, you're awesome. Thank you so much. I was 300 and something on YouTube today with subs. Let me just but I've 400 now because everyone's been so supportive today. I'm shocked. So that's really good. Still, reasonably humble amount of subs on YouTube, but I think it's a good starting point for us, considering our game doesn't even have a demo yet. That we've already got a small little fan base and group of followers here. My goal will be to hit 1,000 subs, so to help me hit the 1,000 sub mark on YouTube, liking my videos, commenting on my videos and all that sort of thing will really help when the vlogs come out and things. So and the other spot to have a look out for is Patreon, folks. And just so you know, I know Patreon is a sort of thing you can sub to, just like Twitch. This is like my replacement for my Twitch revenue, but it's way better because I get the bulk of the revenue this time. It's not a 50-50 split. Twitch took 50% of my subs and Patreon only take 10% or something. So it's just much nicer. And you can even follow the Patreon without being a sub on here as well. If you wish, you can share it as well. So, don't feel like the Patreon is only the spot for those that are financially supporting me in the game. I'm not sure what that follow button does and what it'll tell you. It might just give you updates on when something's posted on here. But yeah, just press the follow if you'd like to. It's pretty cool, that feature's there. So, and then, yeah, I said them all. The other ones are the Twitter and the Instagram. There's barely anything posted on the Instagram at the moment, in all honesty, but expect way more when there's more visual stuff to show off. I'll be having, once the pixel art gets to a little slightly more detailed stage than it is currently, I'm not expecting the finalised version because that's years off, but when it gets a bit more detail, maybe a month or so down the road, a couple of months down the road, I'll start having a screenshot Saturday spree and Instagram and Twitter will both see all that. So if you want to keep up on seeing things like that, screenshots of the game in little clips, Twitter and Instagram are both the places to be, and everything's Raindrop RPG. You know, everything's the same link. So thank you so much, everyone. Oh my god, I have to head off now. I'm gutted because I wanted to do the tweet for Van right now, but I'm going to be doing that after my dinner. So keep an eye on the Twitter, everybody, because I'll be tweeting this artwork out, and it'll be in the banner. And I'm really hyped because there's loads of people that follow me on Twitter that haven't seen this yet. So it's going to be fun. I hope this gets retweeted a lot and liked a lot. I'm counting on you guys to get this awesome picture out there when it gets tweeted. I'm not sure what time I'll do it yet, but I've got my dinner right now, and I might have to do a few things after dinner, but it'll be up well before I go to bed tonight. So keep my Twitter tab open, everyone, and you'll see it in an hour or a few hours time. So thanks so much for hanging out, everyone. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to just quickly catch up before head off. Oh my goodness, I adore Octopath Traveler. Yeah, it's an inspiration for sure, because it's a similar style of game with how they do things to Raindrop Chronicles. So yeah, this is so strange. I hope to see everyone on the Discord. Yeah, everyone here, we're all a little friendship group together now, and you will want to keep in touch with each other as well, I'm sure. I mean, we will have live streams on YouTube every season, and we can always hang out on there in the future when I have those live streams. But if you want to hang out with each other sooner than that, Discord is the place to be. Chat to each other in general, chat and stuff, and update us on how you're doing and things. That'll be awesome. Didn't know that was a command. Just over 4 years on the dot. Yeah, it's funny because I did have my 4-year anniversary just a couple of weeks ago, and that was when I announced that I was leaving on my 4-year anniversary. I thought that would be the perfect time. So it's been 4 years. 2 years of playing video games and 2 years of developing video games. That's how it's been. It feels like when WoW B trended, we hung around for last second waiting for something to happen, just blank, nothing. Yeah, it does. Oh, guys, this has been a fab last stream, I have to say. Thanks for the stream, good luck with the next chapter. I'm so happy that I've seen so many of your faces, and thanks for all the words of support, folks. You could always link to my Twitter as well, yes. So, let me just find, before we go, I recently followed, let me go on this one, it'll be easy. I recently followed Van's Twitter on here. So I will be linking you anyway when I do post the tweet anyway, so people know, but I'll link you here as well. Thanks for all the streams and memories. I'll see you on Patreon, Discord. Yeah, best of luck with your new path. I gotta do work stuff. Take care, Rose. And I'll be posting on your site rather over the weekend. Hey, Zaz, just in time, just before I headed off, I'm gonna give you a command, everyone. Leaving Twitch. That's the video to watch. And this is Patreon pages, which I hadn't done at the time, so there's the link there. Rosie's winding down the stream by the True Lore Master. You guys are fab. Thanks for the awesome last stream, everybody. This is going to be weird now saying bye. My goodness, I'm going. Make sure you're following those 5 things. Discord, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram and Patreon, folks. That'll be where I'll be. All those platforms, nowhere else. And I'll speak to you all later in the Discord, and I will look out for that tweet as well. Make sure you've got my Twitter tabbed open, because that art is going to be plastered everywhere. Retweet it, like it, comment on it when it comes. I want to see it to be really loved. Take care, everyone. You're all fabulous. I appreciate you all.